Definitely is something ingrained in us where we have that need to mark our body or put ornaments on it. It's clothing or if it's earrings or whatever.
I've been getting tattooed for 20 years. So each thing kind of represents something in my life, things that are happening, things that are changing.
My surname, if you're translating it from Russian into English, means black. From when I was a teenager, I would never love words be positive. It's not bad to be more like dark person. You're gonna work more just because you're never satisfied with yourself.
Like the end of sophomore year, I started wearing baggy clothes. My mom didn't know I was gay. You know, I would basically try to hide it from her. Until I want to say my junior year, the end of my junior year, that's when I came out.
I actually grew up in a town called Roy, Utah. And I remember when I got my first one, I feel like it broke my mom's heart a little bit. Not because of the one tattoo, but my mom knew enough about me to know that I would end up like this. You know, it wasn't just going to be one. If I go back home, I'll get up in the morning and I'll eat breakfast in my underwear or something. I can feel them looking at it and I kind of get a kick out of like, them just being all...
From Manchester in England, grew up around the very creative side with music. There was a big movement in youth culture, acid house and rave music. Meeting like-minded people who had a great sense of style.
I actually don't drink, I don't do any drugs, I don't do anything. So this tattoo is it's a bit of a crutch for me because a lot of people will see it individual, so they'll see drug. And so it creates a negative context. Growing up, I think I put it there because I wanted people to identify me.
This one, it's a spaceship, and then with the galaxy in the back with stars and planets. That's how I look at my life. Like, I don't have any limits. I just, do what I love to do.
I did something that says fortune is mine, like no pity for a coward, never give up, just like all those phrases to have next to you, as if you could go in the future and send yourself a note. Everything gonna be fine, don't be scared, take your chances. So it's the same, you look at that, then okay.
Hold fast, that was done by Ian Flower in the UK. Ian Flower was like, no, we're tattooing hold fast. And it's like, why? Because you have to hold fast with the life you led. So I thought it was funny. And it does reflect me. It's like ship in a storm.
This is Ganesh. In Indian culture, Ganesh would be the remover of obstacles and the placer of obstacles. In a way, Ganesh is looking out for me.
Infinity symbol means, just eons of life and energy, life goes on. Which also kind of is an 8. I just say is an 8 in an infinity symbol because my birthday is 8/8/88.
This was a tattoo called Czech Coplinger. Again, it was reflecting on a certain time in my life. Just going through another change. And also the art that I was being influenced by at the time. A lot of Mexican, Frida Kahlo. Really researching that quite heavily and it having a massive impact on me.
This green thing, it's one of my first big tattoos. It's based on Alice in Wonderland, but it looks more as if Alice in Horrorland.
I'm part Creole. I've been learning French because it's part of my heritage. It's part of me. That's why I put French names on my arm.
My son, who's 14 years old, he's the ace up my sleeve. Keeps me intact and keeps me on the righteous path. I'm really influenced by old sailing stuff. Oh, I love all the uniforms.
I always imagined just to keep one arm free, one arm busy. I have right leg almost covered and left leg just has this tiny skull, and I don't want to do anything over there. Everything would look too busy for me with just having too much of ink.
I have this one, which is my logo. It's like a stitching, the S is in stitches.
There's been 2 times in my life where I've felt like I had made a huge mistake. One was my grandfather's funeral, which I was a pallbearer at it, and I just felt disrespectful. And then another was, we did a family portrait. I have a totally normal, cute family, and then there's just this heavily tattooed guy that just ruins the picture.
I don't want tattoos anywhere else but my arms. A lot of people don't get tattoos because of that, because they're like, oh, I might need to get a job. I could not get a tattoo because of that.
I flew in from Nepal for the interview. It was a big job and it was a great job. It was at 3rd stage and then the head of the company, I got relaxed. My shirt dropped a little bit and they spotted the tattoos and it was literally like, whoa. And then they cut the interview dead and my agent after said, we didn't know you had tattoos. I Are you fucking blind?
Someone's grandmother called me a like slut and just those words just because they see tattoos and they judge you straight away.
My throat it's a combination of two amazing artists, Thomas Hooper and John Dix. So it's nautical shells, which, you know, I've always been into the sacred geometry.
Thomas is a very close friend. He's done most of my work actually. I think the latest one is this Broken Arrow, again, Finding Peace. That was done by Thomas Hooper. Certainly with Thomas, I can just sit down and I'll go, I'm doing this. That's fine. Great, just do it. I just put total trust in whoever's working on me and say, I'll give you an idea, something like that. They'll draw it up and it's fine.
I feel like there's an energy exchange with tattooing, so I feel like you want to have somebody that you care about do it.
But it's also the artwork as well. It's just so stunning. And to be able to transfer something like that onto somebody's skin.
I mean, I feel like creative is an energy that if you're close to, you get energized by it.